Hi folks, in this week's tech tip we're going to have a look at an accessibility tip specifically for pupils who have English as an additional language, and quite specifically for those who need to type using a keyboard input which has maybe a different alphabet. I'm thinking quite specifically here of an example which would be our Ukrainian pupils who quite often will have to use the school network desktop computers rather than their Chromebooks to sign into a separate Google domain for them to complete the online Ukrainian work that some of them are doing. Because the Chromebook will not allow them to access that domain. So they have to use the school PC. The problem is that the school PC will not let them usually change their keyboard input from a UK keyboard to Ukrainian keyboard. And that means that they can't type in Ukrainian or Russian. So the issue that we need to address here is really just to give them an ability to change the input of the keyboard on the device that they're using. So on here, the extension that we're going to use is called Google Input Tools. So if you go to Chrome Web Store, add this to Chrome, you'll find it will pop up here. And it's a good idea just to go into your little jigsaw icon and pin it so that you can see it. You might need to show people how to use this the first time round. And really all we need to do is go into there, go into the options and select the languages that we want. Now, I'm going to focus really on the keyboard input, although it does have the capacity, I'm just getting my alphabet here, it does have the capacity to let you use, what's the word I'm looking for, handwriting input if you're using a tablet, or there's also this kind of phonetic input, which I'm not going to get kind of stuck into because it's kind of awkward to make it work, and I don't know how many people would actually use it. So it's really this one here that we want, okay, the Ukrainian keyboard. But as I say, you can add as many languages as you want, and when you've added those, you will find that when you click on there, they are now an option for you to switch between. Now, if we type on a keyboard, we've got our usual QWERTY UK keys inputting there. But if I go into my extension here and tick, you'll see that's ticked now, the Ukrainian keyboard, initially, it won't always apply straight away. So sometimes what you'll have to do, you'll see it's not typing, it'll require me to reload the page. So we just want to refresh. And after you've refreshed the page, you usually find, it's finished reloading, that you should be able to type, and now it's using Ukrainian keys. If we go into here, you will see that you've also got an option for show keyboards, and that then allows you, although the keyboard that you have in front of you will still have the UK characters on the keys, for pupils who are not able to touch type and just remember which key was which from memory, this is a good visual aid that they can refer to, or they can actually click on characters here or use that if it's on a touchscreen keyboard. As I say, they could include Ukrainian or Russian, because I know that some of our Ukrainian pupils will be used to a Russian keyboard layout or use those characters right. So it's really up to them. They can choose whichever keyboard input they prefer. And so it's really easy to turn that on, and that will apply everywhere within the browser that they need to type, except in this box at the top here. It doesn't actually work up in there. So you could, if you needed to put an address in that was in a non-UK character, you could probably copy it from here and paste it there. I don't think you're really going to need to do that though. So anyway, just a handy little tip, allows you to change the keyboard input to any alphabet of your choice. Hope you found that useful.